Someone confirm if my screen is visible. Are we good to go? Thank you, Chaitanya. Okay, let's get it started. Nothing. So we have been discussing about what? We have been discussing about Java arrays, and we have seen some problems in the last class. So the problems were, yeah, replacement. Okay, to replace a given value, and previously, prior to that, we have also discussed so many problems about how to calculate sum of elements. Okay, and so these are the problems that we have been discussing so far. So today I'm going to introduce a new concept on the Java arrays. So sorting. Okay. So how to sort a given array? How to sort a given array either in ascending order or in the descending order. Okay, how to approach this problem? So the problem statement will be like what? So you will be given an array. For example, you will be given an array like this: 5, 3, let us say 4, 1, 2. Okay, so you need to sort the array. If these are the values given in a Java array, the resultant output, the output should be what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yes or no? Okay, the question, this is the question. If you are passing these values, the output should be in the form of ascending order, sorted. Okay, how can we approach this problem? So let us say that if this is a array. Okay, so you should write a code in such a way that it is giving you the output in the sorted order, in the ascending order. Okay, can we proceed? So before even understanding this, firstly I want you to understand how to swap two numbers in Java. How to swap two numbers in Java. You believe it or not, this question was asked in an interview for a person who is holding 4 years of experience. Okay, so believe it or not, this is the simple question that was asked in an interview room to a person who is having at least 4 years of experience. Right? So shall we proceed, everyone? Everyone type S in the chat box. So be active, be super active. Everyone type. Only Rashwant and Chaitanya is active. Good. Okay. Let us understand how to swap two numbers, because if you understand this logic, then sorting becomes very easy. Okay, so how to swap two numbers in Java? For example, if I have two numbers like if integer a equal to 100 and if integer b equal to 200. Okay, I need to write a logic and the output should be what? Okay, the before swapping. Okay, a should be 100 and b should be 200. After swapping, okay, a should be 200, b should be 100. For example, if I want to represent this, if I want to compare this with real-time analogy, so this is how it looks like. For example, let us take two persons, two friends, or two brothers. So let us take two brothers. Okay, this is brother, elder brother and younger brother. Okay, no issues. Okay, two brothers. Okay, the first brother, okay, is holding what we call it as, okay, is holding TV remote. Okay, remote. And the second brother, for the example I am saying, for the understanding purpose I am saying this, second brother is holding what chocolate. Okay, so the brother 1, this is brother 1, so I am making it as B1, and this is brother 2. Okay, the brother 1 is not interested to watch TV, okay, and brother 2 is not interested to brother 2 is interested to watch TV, but brother 1 is not interested. Okay, but brother 1 is interested in getting this chocolate. Okay, so then they need to exchange, right? It is like a kind of exchange. Okay, if the brother 2 is okay to give chocolate, he will get the remote control. Exchange. So exchange, a direct exchange. Okay, nothing special here, a direct exchange. But the problem is trust issues. What is the problem? Trust issues. Trust issues. Okay, what if brother 1 get hold of chocolate, okay, and runs away and runs away without giving the remote? Trust issues is there, right? What or the vice versa? What if brother B, okay, is taking the remote control and runs away? Trust issues. Okay. So to ensure that the transition, the exchange is happening smoothly, okay, what they are doing, they are appointing their own sister. Okay, sister. They are appointing their own sister. Okay, since these brothers have trust issues, the brother B1, brother 1 is, okay, surrendering the remote. I mean, giving the remote to the sister. Okay, now sister is having the remote, and he wants to give. I mean, B2, brother 2, he is giving the chocolate to B1, and remote is given to the B2. Now the transition is safe, right? Is in order to deal with the trust issues, what is happening? A third person is coming here. Literally, a third person is coming into the picture. Yes or no? Are you getting this? Okay. Now exchange has happened. Previously, the remote control was with the brother B1. Okay, and the chocolate was with the brother B2. Okay. Now there are no issues there. The exchange has happened smoothly because of the third person. And the trust issues has also been taken care. Likewise, even in Java, what happens if we have two variables? For example, when you say integer a equal to 100, integer b equal to 200. Okay, what is happening behind the scenes? In the memory perspective, there will be two storage areas for the values 100 and for the values 100 and the 200. Yes or no? Two storage areas will be created. And A, and here we have B, right? This A is pointing to the value 100 or the storage area that is allotted for the value 100, right? And the B does the same. Okay, what we have to do, we have to write a program in such a way that the output should be, the resultant output should be, okay, the opposite. So this should be 200 and this should be 100. Swapping should happen. Okay. Now 100 should be here and 200 should be here. Expected output. This is the expected output. How do we achieve this expected output? That's the question mark. Okay, this is the big question mark. How to achieve this? Or no? We need to achieve this. Right? So the value 100 and value 200, let us start from the beginning. Value A is 100, B is 200. Okay. What can I do? I need to appoint a third variable. I need to appoint a third person. Integer temp. Third variable is mandatory. Okay. What you are going to do with the third variable? Okay, we are appointing a third person, right? This third person, okay, the variable name is temporary temp. So since it is temporary, like I am taking the variable name, the variable name can be anything. It's a meaningful temp name. Okay. So this A is giving this value to temporary variable, and the value that is inside the B is being assigned to A. At last, look, focus here. So I'm doing 3 steps here. Need to focus on these steps. First step, what I am doing? Okay, the value inside the variable A is assigned to temporary variable. It is just like this. In Java, okay, you do what you do. You do the assignation. Assignation means direct value will not be sent. These values will be copied and sent. Okay, so this first transition, okay, what is happening exactly means the value that is inside the A is getting assigned to what? Temporary variable. This instruction is doing this. Okay. Secondly, what you're doing, the second one, okay, the value inside the temporary variable, okay, value inside temporary variable is getting assigned to the variable b. Second instruction. Okay, so you're copying this. I'm sorry, you are doing what? You are copying this and you are assigning to b. So the existing variable, the existing value will be deleted. So this will be 200 gets replaced with 100 just because of this instruction. Okay. Thirdly, what you are doing, okay, the value inside the b is being assigned to the variable a. Your instruction means the value inside the b, okay, what is the latest values in the b? I mean 100 to 100, 200, this is getting assigned to 1 minute, guys. Okay, sorry, okay, this should be the order. Order is temp a is getting assigned to temp, okay, and b equal to a, temp equal to b, I mean b equal to 10. Let me remove this. Let me come back this from the beginning. Okay, these are the actual values 100 and 200. So we want to give this 100 to the temporary variable, right? Then we want to move this b to a, right? Then temp to b. That is what we are trying to do. So the resultant output is matching. Okay, the expected output is matching. Okay, if you are going by this logic, okay, so first one, look at this first one. Okay, so the value a is assigned to temporary variable. So a is getting assigned to the temporary variable, right? The second one is I am doing a mistake. 1 minute, I'm losing the focus. Feature a equal to 100, feature b equal to 200, SYSO system dot out dot println a plus integer temp equal to a equal to b equal to temp system dot out dot println a plus s. Okay, so this is the logic. Okay, initially I am assigning the a value. We'll just focus on the right hand side. A value is getting assigned to temporary variable. So this is the temporary variable. Okay, so the value a is getting assigned to temporary variable. Then Then next b, value b is getting assigned to a, which means this value is getting assigned to a. So when it is getting assigned to a, when there is already some other value is inside the a, that will be erased, the new value. The third one is the temporary value is getting assigned to b. Okay, this is the value inside the temporary variable, okay, that is getting assigned to b, and the old value will be erased. Okay, so ideally what I am trying to do here is I am using a third variable to perform this swapping. So initially the value inside a is 100 and 200. These are the initial values, yes or no? These are the initial values. But after this swapping, okay, after performing this logic, after applying this logic, okay, what is happening here? Okay, the values are what? The new values has become what? A has become 200 and the b has become 100. Okay, so the temporary variable is required to do this swapping. Okay, temporary variable is required to do the swapping. Same logic I have applied in the program by using this editor. Okay, initially the values are 100, 200. Okay, I can write like this. Okay, the values before swapping. Okay, and the values after swapping. If I run this code, then the answer is going to say 100 200 has become 200 100, right? If you can give any number, 100 or 1000 or 2 or 21. Okay, a value is 1000, b value is 21. Okay, the order is when you try to print a and b before swapping, the value of a is 100, value of b is 21. Okay, after applying this logic, after using the temporary variable, when you try to print the values of a and b, okay, it is going to print the swapped values, yes or no? Okay, initially the value of a is 100, value of b 1000, the value of b is 21. Okay, after performing the swapping, just because of this one logic, okay, we are able to achieve this swapping. Are you getting this? I was confused just because of the way I have explained. Okay, I hope this is making sense now. Okay, just like this, okay, just using a third person, okay, to give the things that you have because you have the trust issues. Okay, the same thing when you when you want to swap the values by using a third variable, the Java, the same analogy you can apply. Are you getting this? So why we are discussing about this swapping? To understand sorting, Java sorting, we are discussing about this swapping. Are we good? Shall we proceed? Everyone? Yes, no? You want me to repeat this once again or what? Okay. Okay then. See, now we will understand how to achieve sorting. Okay, remember this. I want to do what? I want to achieve sorting. For that, see, I have a particular array. For the time being, I'm taking the array, very simple array. Okay? Let us say that I have array like integer array a equal to, I'm going to take only 5 values for the simplicity. If 5 comma 2 comma 4 comma 3 comma 1, right? So the order is not sorted. Okay, so the order is not organized, right? But if I run this code, I need to write a logic in such a way that the output should be in the form of sorted order: 1 comma 2 comma 3 comma 4 comma 5. Okay, how can we achieve this? That is the question. To achieve this, I will have to use the for loops. Okay, so many things that we need to do. Okay, let us understand those things one by one. Okay, let me copy this value. Focus here. This sorting technique is very, very important. Okay, by using this sorting technique, we will be solving a lot of programs, lot of complex programs. So stay focused. Okay. Okay. So I will keep it very simple. What are the values we have? 5, 2, 4, 3, 1. Okay, I will keep it very simple. Anyone can understand this. So what are the values? 5 we have 4 we have, what is it, 5 from 5 to 431, 5 to 4 3 1. Okay, this is our array. Okay, this is our what, so called our array. So I want to sort this in such a way that the output should be 1 2 3 4. Okay, so in order to imagine ourselves in a better way, okay, I'm going to give some add-ons here. Okay, so this is the name of the variable is what, a. Yes or no? This a is same as the name of the variable a. Okay, so let me write the code first. After writing the code, I will explain you how this is happening behind the scenes. Okay, so in order to achieve this, I am taking 2 for loops. How many for loops I am taking? 2 for loops. Just focus on this program. Integer I equal to 0. This first for loop is starting from I equal to 0, and it is going to run till the just before the size of the array. The size of the array is 5, so I am taking a dot length. Okay, this is the boundary condition I am giving. Okay, I am taking an inner for loop. Okay, inner for loop, again I want to run this array, but this time, okay, the initial condition is I plus 1. J is lesser than a dot length j plus plus. Okay, I want to use an if condition. Okay, inside this if condition, I am placing a condition in such a way that, okay, the values will be swapped. I will explain you. The values will be swapped. So integer mp equal to a of I, a of I equal to a of j, a of j equal to 10. I will explain each and everything. Just focus on this code. Each and every loop we are going to see. Each and every loop we are going to see. Okay, let me run this code. Okay, code is executing successfully. So I want to print these values again. For integer I equal to 0, I is lesser than of a dot 10, I plus plus system dot out dot println a of I. Yes. Okay, so we have an unsorted array. Okay, so if I run this, I should be getting the sorted array 1 2 3 4 5. We have achieved this. You must be wondering how it is. Okay, why did we use 2 for loops? Okay, these things I'm going to explain now. Stay focused. Okay, I'm copying this code. I'm going back to the paint screen. Okay, and let us use this space. Okay, you should focus only on 3 things here, guys. Okay, you should focus only on 3 things. Okay, what are the tools that I'm using here? We are not using any tools. We are using loops. Okay, for the time being, let us imagine that. So this is one tool. This for loop is one tool. This is one other tool, and this is if condition is another tool. Right. So actually, they are loops. We are using one outer for loop, one inner for loop, and one if condition. Okay, can I write that in the program? Yes, I can write that in the program. Okay, so this is if condition close, inner for loop close, outer for loop closed. Okay, now focus here, guys. Now focus here. Okay, this is the outer for loop. Okay. The outer for loop, whenever you are creating an outer for loop, blindly think in mind that a cursor is getting created. What is getting created? A kind of cursor is getting created. A kind of cursor is getting created. Okay, what is the variable name that we are using? Okay, the variable name that we are using is I, integer I. I is the variable name. Okay, just place the just place the letter I on top of this cursor. Okay, this cursor is created for the outer for loop, and again after outer for loop, inside this outer for loop there is another for loop. We call it as what? The inner for loop. Okay, what is the variable name that we are using inside the inner for loop? Don't you think that the variable name is j? Okay, and again for the inner for loop a cursor will be created. For inner for loop the cursor will be created. Okay, right. What is the name of the variable that has been used in our program? The name of the variable is what? J. So far good. We have outer for loop, and this cursor is meant for outer for loop, and this j cursor is meant for inner for loop. So far good. Okay, I have already told you every array, every value in the array can be addressed by using what? Indexes. Yes or no? Okay. Don't you think that okay, you can imagine these indexes? Okay, indexes are meant to retrieve the value. So index always starts from which number? 0. Yes or no? 0. Right? So this is first index, right? And this is going to be second one, this is going to be third one, this is going to be fourth one. Okay, let us keep the same indexes in the top also for the to understand this better. Okay. The values that I have marked in the red color, these values are representing index. You blindly think that the values in these are talking about indexes. Okay, and this is okay. I'm sorry guys. Okay, let me delete this. These are talking about indexes, right? And let us move this. Okay, these are talking about indexes. This is talking about what? This is variable. Okay, and this is a cursor for the outer for loop. This is the cursor for loop, the inner for loop. Right? Look at these for loops. Look at this for loop. Go back to the program. Look at this for loop. The outer for loop is always going to start from 0. Right? Outer for loop I equal to 0. It is starting from 0. Okay, and it is going till where? It is going till the length of the array, a dot length. A dot length means what? How many values are there inside the array? There are 5 values. Okay, so it will be going till a dot length, and I is greater than, I is lesser than a dot length. Okay, what does it mean? 0 is lesser than a dot length is 5. So the loop will run till 4. 0 to 4. Okay, the outer for loop is set to start from 0, and it is set to end at 4. Okay, and the inner for loop is set to start at 1. Why 1? Okay, initially what I am doing here, okay, I am using what? J equal to I plus 1. Already I is 0. 0 plus 1 becomes 1. So j will start from 1 and it will run till 4. This is the relation. Outer for loop start from 0 to 4, I mean run from 0 to 4, or it will start from 0 to 4. Inner for loop is going to start from 1 to 4 for the first iteration. Okay, let me put this here. Go back to the code now. Okay, so the relationship is like, focus here guys. Okay. When I is pointing here, okay, when the I is pointing here, the j has to start from 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 it cannot, because out of bound 5 it cannot. As soon as it reaches 5, it will go back to the same place, and again I will start from 1. For one movement, okay, j should start from, when I is starting from 1, j will start from 2, and j should complete the iteration 2, 3, 4, okay, out of bound, and it will come back, right? And when I is pointing towards 2, j should start from 3, 3, 4, out of bound, out. Okay, when I is starting from 3, j should start from 4, 4, out of bound, go back to, I mean it will go back to the same position. When I is starting from 4, okay, j has to start from 5, but there is no 5. Okay, now the j will get terminated, and the next time I will run out of, I mean out of the bound, I will get what? I will also get what? Terminated. So this is the correlationship between I and j. Very simple. Okay, the outer for loop and the inner for loop correlation is like this. Okay, now what is happening here? Okay, so we have placed a cursor for the outer for loop. A cursor has been placed I and a cursor has been placed at j. Okay, the relationship is like when, let us take that is I, when I equal to 0, okay, j should be what? J should be running from 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, when I equal to 1, okay, j should be what? 1, comma 2, comma, I'm sorry. J should be from 2, comma 3, comma 4. Okay, when I equal to 2, okay, j should be from 3, comma 4. When I equal to 3, what? J should be from 4. When I equal to 4, okay, there is no scope for j. So this is the correlation. When I is pointing to 0, j should run for 4 times from 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. When I starts from 1, j should be 2, 3, 4. When I starts from 2, j should be 3, 4. When I starts from 3, j should be starting from 4. When I starts from 4 itself, there is no scope for j. J is dead. These are the things that we have learned in the Java for loops case. Just try to recollect those. This is the correlation between outer for loop and inner for loop. How can I explain this better? Okay, when I is 0, okay, this inner for loop will run for how many times? This inner for loop will run for this many times, this j times, 4 times. Okay, so when I becomes 1, okay, this inner for loop will run for this many times. Okay, when I becomes 2, okay, this inner for loop will run for this many times. Okay, when I becomes 3, right, the inner for loop will run for this many times. When I become 4, there is no scope for inner for loop. Inner for loop will become dead, and as soon as inner for loop is dead, outer for loop will also be dead. So this is the correlation that we have understood. Okay, after this I have also placed an if condition. So this is the main logic that you need to focus on. Very important logic. Main condition. Okay, I will just try to replicate this in this by using the by using with this paint brush. Okay, what is happening here is the checking will happen. So let us say that I is pointing here, and j, when I is pointing to 0, j has to point from what? 1. Look at this. Okay, when I points to 0, j has to point from 1. Okay, now comparison will happen. We'll check. Okay, if phi is greater than 2 or not. Okay, if the value inside the I variable, okay, the value that is being pointed by the I variable is greater than the value that is being pointed by the j variable. Okay, if that condition is satisfied, okay, here phi is greater than 2, condition is satisfied, means do the swapping. Do what? Do the swapping. Okay, this will be swapped and this will be swapped. Right, now j will be pointing to the second one again and again. Okay, the value that is being pointed by I and the value that is being pointed by j. Okay, these are the two values that is being pointed by I and j. Okay, now the condition is what? Is 2 is greater than 4? No, it is not. False. For the false condition, no swapping. For the false condition, what? No swapping. Okay, then the control will be j will be moved to the third index. Okay, now again, the value that is being pointed by I, the value that is being pointed by j, they will be compared again. Okay, 2 is greater than 3. Is it true or false? It is false. Right, so no swapping will occur. So what happens? No swapping will occur. Okay, and again this will be moved to 4. Okay, now okay, the value that is being pointed by I, the value that is being pointed by j will be compared. What is the question? What is the if condition? What is the condition that we have? 2 is greater than 1. Of course it is true. If it is true, do the swapping. If it is true, do what? Swap the numbers. 2 will be swapped, 1 will be swapped. Okay, so internally now the array is holding what? Okay, array has got some manipulations for the first iteration. Likewise, now let us move the I to what? I to, okay, next thing. Okay, this j will get out of the bound. Okay, it will go out of the boundary, will come back to the same place. Now you need to move I to what? I will be moved to 1. Okay, when I is being moved to 1, j will come into the picture. J will start from 2. Okay, do the comparison. 5 and 4. Okay, 5 and 4. 5 is greater than 4, right? If it is true, swap. Swap 5 with 4. Right? After swapping, okay, the j will be moved to the third. Again comparison. Okay, 4 will be compared with 3. 4 is greater than 3. Yes, it is. If it is greater than 3, what happens? Swap. If it is not, don't touch. If it is, swap. If it is not, don't touch. If it is, swap. Right? And again, this will be moved to here. Okay. Now 3 is greater than 2. Yes, it is. 3 is greater than 2. If it is true, swap. Okay. 3 will be swap. 2 will be swap. Right? And it will go out of the bound and it will come back to the same place. Okay. Now third for loop, outer for loop, I will be moved to what? Will be I becomes 2. When I becomes 2, j will start from 3. Right? Condition. Value of I is greater than value of j. Yes, it is. If it is, then do this swap. 4. Okay. After the successful swapping, okay, it has to move to the next index, which is 4. Now again, value of I will be compared with j. 4 is greater than 3. Yes, it is. It is so. Do the swap. Right? And again, it will try to move to the next line, but out of the bound, it will go back to the same position. Okay. Now I will move to the third location, third index. When I is there, j will be here. When I is on the third, pointing towards the third index, j will be pointing towards the fourth index. Okay. Again, the comparison. Okay. 5 is greater than 4. Yes, it is. Then do this swap. Right? Swapping is done. Okay. J will go out of the bound. Okay. So condition fails. It will come back. Now I will be moving to the fourth index. Okay. When I is going to the fourth index, okay, j will be starting from the out of the bound. So the control, there is, it is going out of the bound. So j thread becomes broken, right? And again, I will try to move out of the bound. Okay. I thread becomes broken. Okay. And if you look at the values in the A, all the values are sorted. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Is there anything that is left unsorted? All the values are sorted. Okay. What is actually defined? What is the actual logic that is telling this array to be sorted, to get sorted? What is the actual logic? This if condition is the actual logic. Are you getting this? So now what I have did in the program, if you see the program, okay, till here we got, this is what happened in the memory. Okay. Next, what I am doing, I am trying to print the values that is available in the array. Okay. I am using a for loop to print the values that is available in the array. Okay, this is my code, this is my logic. I am running, I am again appointing a cursor. Okay, appointing a cursor. Okay, and again the name of the cursor is what? Name of the cursor is I itself. Okay, I am starting from 0. Okay, and I am running till the length of the array is 5. So it will run from 0 to 4. Okay, yes or no? It will run from, this cursor will run from, it is being designed to run from 0 to 4. Okay, while running this, I am extracting the value of the of the particular index. Initially a of 0, right? So this will run from, okay, this will run from I mean a of 0. A of 0 value is 1. 1 will be printed, 2 will be printed, 3 will be printed, 4 will be printed, 5 will be printed. Okay, this cursor is doing what? It is extracting the values inside the array A. Yes or no? That is a logic. That is a straightforward logic to print the values that you are extracting inside the A array, A of I. A of I is in the sense I is what? Beginning I is 0. So 0 means 1 will be printed. Okay, this is pointing to this. Okay, 1 will be printed. Okay, in the second iteration, the first instruction 1 will be printed and 2 will be printed. Is pointing to value 3 will be printed, 4 will be printed, 5 will be printed. This is doing just, it is just printing, but where is the actual logic that we have designed? This is the actual logic. Okay, we are appointing two for loops. Okay, we are using this for loops as a tool to make two cursors. By using those two cursors, I am using an if condition. Inside this if condition, there is a logic. It's written in such a way that if the first number is greater than the second number, we are performing the sort, or else this logic will not get invoked. Getting this? Yes, no, very much confused, isn't it? Aren't you? What are your thoughts on this? Okay, nowhere you will get this kind of explanation. Okay, this is some kind of insight. Okay, some kind of approach that you need to follow with pen and paper. One or two problems you may get confusion, but trust me, from the third program, okay, you will become master. Our imagination is not sufficient now to understand this, but look at my video once again, you will get this 100%. It is all about the for loops. It is not even about the arrays. It is all about the outer for loop, the magic of outer and inner for loop. Magic of outer and inner for loop. Okay, to understand that magic, you should understand how you can swap two numbers. Firstly, you need to understand how to swap two numbers by using the temporary variable. Then take that chocolate, they take those two brothers as an example. Okay, so they have trust issues, or they appoint, they go to the sister, okay, and they do the actual exchange of things, right? Same thing here. Okay, so let us go back to here. Okay, now the values are getting sorted in the descending order, yes or no? Right? If I want to sort, I mean ascending order, I'm sorry, did I say descending? Okay, I'm saying it is sorted in the ascending order. If I want to sort this in the descending order, okay, just change this relational operator. Okay, instead of greater than, just use lesser than. I'll see the magic. Descending order. Are you getting this? Just change. Okay, try to understand this swapping logic. By in the swap, you keep this swapping logic in an if condition. This if condition is going to do nothing. It is going to make use of this I cursor and the j cursor. Okay, and those values will be extracted like the way just I have shown you previously. Okay, the I cursor will be pointing at the beginning, j cursor will be pointing at the beginning. Two values will be compared, and if the values are found to be first value is found to be the larger value than the second value, then sorting will happen. If not, sorting will not happen. Right? So again, you may be having a doubt like, what if you want to sort only? For example, let us take few more numbers here. 0, minus 1, minus 2, 7, 6, 7. Okay, so it is successful. Okay, every number, even negative numbers, are getting sorted in the ascending order, right? Even I have placed a duplicate. The duplicate is also considered. Okay, we do not have any issues with our code. Okay, let us test with few more numbers, right? So we don't have any issues, do we? No, we don't. All the numbers are sorted in the ascending order. Okay, what if you want to sort only the few numbers? Only off numbers. What if you want to sort only the first off? What if you want to sort only the first off numbers? You can make some changes in your logic. Okay, I mean to say, I want to sort only these numbers. If I want to achieve sorting only these numbers, okay, in the outer for loop, I can do like a dot length divided by 2. Let us see if this is working out. Yes. If first few numbers are getting sorted, okay, it's 0, -1, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, first half is getting sorted. Are you able to see? And remaining the second half is not getting sorted. Okay, so the condition, the outer boundary condition is set in such a way that, okay, I am dividing. We are running the outer for loop for the till the middle of the array. It is not completing the array till the middle of the array. We are running the outer for loop. Just we are dividing it by 2. So only half of the array is getting sorted. Getting this? So you can do a kind of manipulations like this. Okay. To do what? To see some effective output as per the requirement. With this code, you can do a lot of manipulations. You can also take input from the end user, and you can also do. Okay, and another version is there. Okay, instead of doing all these things, you want me to send this code, I will be sending you this code. You can practice it. Java as an inbuilt method, guys. Java as what? Java as an inbuilt method. Let me delete all this. For any given array, okay, Java says you do not want to do what? Do any kind of sorting. Okay. Use arrays.sort and pass the variable name of an array and run. Okay. Internally arrays get sorted. How do we see that array is sorted? Okay, we need to use what? For loop. Integer I equal to 0, I is lesser than a dot length, right? I plus plus system dot out dot println. Okay, and I want to print what? I want to print a of I plus, that's it. Be sorted. Okay, so this one line is doing, this one line is doing what? This one line is doing the things that we have done with these lines. I mean, with these lines, the program that I have just shared. Okay, that one line is doing all these things. Clear? That one particular line is equivalent to what? Equivalent to this one. Particular line is equivalent to, that is an inbuilt method, not exactly equivalent. Java people has designed, okay, this sort method in the arrays class. You can pass an array, okay, so the values will be sorted, and again you need to print. Okay, you cannot say that they are equivalent. Okay, this is our own logic. Okay, but this sort, this internal inbuilt method is using another logic which is doing the same work. The output is same, don't you think so? Okay, use this method arrays.sort. Okay, so is there anything like, can we can we skip this? Okay, there is again another method, inbuilt method. Okay, so you can do what? Arrays dot toString. So this method is going to give you the shortcut like this. You can eliminate that for loop. This for loop is the one that has been designed by us. Okay, we have designed this for loop because to print the values in an array, you need to do the iteration, you need to run a for loop, and you need to extract each and every value, because array is a combination of many values, not one value. One value means you can directly enter system.out.println and you can pass what? See, if you do this, if right? If you are trying to print this variable a, okay, the look at the output. A kind of toString method will be called and object reference variable will be printed. Because array is an object, you cannot directly print an object. Okay, instead of doing this, what we have been doing, okay, we are running a for loop and we are extracting each and every individual value out of the array, so that the values from the array will be printed in the orderly fashion. Okay, since this is, we are sorting it, I just want to print without sorting. Okay, this is the actual values that is getting printed without sorting. Okay. So what Java says, values before sorting. What Java says, do not write big logics. Okay. Use this line. This array will be sorted. Okay, and print values after sorting. Okay, so I am using an array, okay, and I want to print the values from the same array. So these values will be printed in the orderly fashion, and I am doing what? I am doing the sorting. I'm using arrays.sort and I am passing the variable name a. Right, now this array becomes sorted and we are trying to print the sorted array. Okay. Values before sorting, values after. Okay, let me use values before sorting, values after sorting. Here who is actually performing the sorting? This inbuilt method. This one line is eliminating this many lines. Don't you think so? But trust me, don't go for this one line. Don't go for this one line. Try to write a program like this. This is how you improve your programming skills, coding skills. Okay, don't depend on this logic. If an interviewer is asking you a question like this, you cannot use this. They will become what? They will not get satisfied. Okay? When they are asking you to sort an array, it means they are asking you to do this. Okay? Not this. Not this. This, I am telling you, there is an option inside. Okay, and likewise, if you want to print the values, you can also eliminate this for loop. Instead of using this for loop, you can do what? You can use this toString method inside the arrays class and pass the variable name a. Okay, same thing you can do here. You can eliminate this logic also. Same thing is happening, but we are getting a square braces. These are the inbuilt methods. If you want to print without using the for loop, without running the for loop, you can use this option. If you want to sort without writing your own logic, you can use this option. Okay. So is there a way to, so if you are using the sorting logic, by default it will print the values in the ascending order, not in the descending order. But if you want to print the values in the different descending order, okay, you need to do what? You need to write your own logic again. This will work only for what? To print the values in the ascending order. Values in the ascending. Making sense? Do we miss anything? Are we good so far till now? Everyone? And trust me,